Hey guys, this is Tim Hopkins once again with The Way is Spiritual. I just want to welcome you to this new broadcast that we have, these new vlogs, these new webisodes, short webisodes, just teaching about the basics and fundamentals of the Christian faith and why it is we believe what we believe. If you love what you hear, please go ahead and subscribe and share it with your audience and your friends. We also plan on having various ebooks. I'll provide the links in the show, as we discuss, so that way you can have something to follow along with. All right, let's get into it. We want to deal with the basics of the Christian faith. What is it? What is the Bible? What is so important about this book that people go to war against? And now there's all kinds of various issues about it, and you hear about all these other religious texts. What's so important about the Bible? People kick it out of the school. Some people don't want it in their home. Others do. Let's check it out, man. Let's see. What I've learned about in my thing, and if you notice what I'm teaching, please don't get offended. I'm looking at my notes down here. But what I've noticed is that with the Bible, it's a very interesting book. I like what one teacher informed me. He was like, the Bible is a book of history, it's a book of prophecy, it's a book of literature. But more importantly, it's the words that are given to humanity from an ever-living God. A God who, as some writers put it, he's invisible. You can't see him. You can't touch him. It seems like you can't even feel him. But we as Christians believe he is more alive than anything we come from or anything we know about. That he is the source of all life. That's one of the definitions of Father, is that he is source. Isn't that interesting how you originate from something that you can't see and you can't feel or you can't touch? That's crazy. One of the ambassadors of Jesus Christ, and you should know who he is, one of the ambassadors of Jesus Christ, his name was Paul. And he had an understudy, I believe his name was Tim, same as mine, so he had to be a great guy. And he was talking to Tim in his letters. He wanted to encourage this new Christian in the faith. Because this new Christian saw various things that were going on, all kinds of warlike things and oppression going on to Christians. And, he lived and he got discouraged. He wanted to know why does he believe what he believes? And his elder statesman, or his teacher, Paul, wanted to write some letters to encourage him. Let's go there real quick. And then whenever I'm teaching out of the King James Version. So the words that I'm going to say are going to be slightly different if you follow along with a newer translation. All these other translations most of them are pretty good. I like to stick towards the King James Version because I love how it reads. Let's go there real quick. I believe it's the second letter that Paul wrote to his understudy Timothy. And he writes in 2 Timothy chapter 3, verse 14. It says, "But continue thou in the things which thou hast learned, and hast been assured of, knowing of whom thou hast learned them, and that from a child thou hast known the holy scriptures, which are able to make thee wise unto salvation, through faith which is in Jesus Christ. All scripture is given by the inspiration of God." Isn't that interesting? Paul writing to Timothy, he's basically telling Timothy, the Bible is your foundation. It's your building block to life. Timothy, you've learned this as a child. If you study about the relationship between Paul and Timothy, Timothy grew up in what we would call a Christian family. And his mother and his grandmother taught him the principles of Scripture from a little lad. And his teacher, Paul, was trying to remind him, hey, Tim, you stay in this book. Won't you let this book go? There's all kinds of mythologies and philosophies around here. I want you to hold on to this book, okay? I want you to hold on to this part of your heritage. Because this part of your heritage is going to water you, is going to protect you. And that's the beautiful thing about the Bible, beyond any other book. And I love various books. I love reading different novels. I like studying other religious texts. But the main thing about that Bible, that book, the book, it's life-giving. It's alive. It's not dead. It's alive. And you should have complete confidence in its validity. I know there's various other people talking about secret gospels and don't believe in that book of stories and sorceries and all that stuff. Well, put that to the side. I want you to test the Bible for yourself. That's the main thing about anything. Try it for yourself. Well, Tim, I've seen my grandparents, seen the dictionary. They have there's a book. It's a pretty big book. This thing you call the Bible. You're right. It is a big book. Comprises of 66 books. But you as a person who's seeking, don't you go ahead and check out all 66. Start small. Learn about the early biographies of Jesus Christ. Yeah, I said it, Jesus Christ. Learn about the early biographies. What are his biographies? Well, the Bible gives us 4 primary biographies of Jesus Christ. The first one's written by Matthew. The second one was written by Mark. The third one was written by Luke. And the fourth one is written by John. I want you to take your time and focus on one at a time. Okay? One at a time. Study them one chapter by day. You got any questions? Go ahead and comment to me. Ask me and any other Christian that you feel that you have complete certainty and surety in. You go ahead and talk to those experts. Figure out what they know about this book. Why is it so important? Why do I need to know about it? Okay? And I guarantee you, if you seek with truth, you will get a response and an answer. And I believe the Lord will teach you, and he will show you, and he will help you out. And it will not be impossible. You'll be amazed about the things that God will do for you. Do you believe it?